This video is titled, I Deported Illegal Immigrants with ICE. Let's see what my man Tyler got for us.
That's an illegal alien being deported by ICE.
Escalating. He's not opening the vehicle. Looks like they broke the glass.
I will use every time. I know bad guy.
He'll be taken to a detention center like this, where he'll probably get deported from the country. But luckily for him, he was just arrested in the sanctuary state of Washington, meaning this state actively does not cooperate with the federal government to turn over known illegal immigrants to federal immigration enforcement agencies like ICE. Are you gonna bite the camera? He licked it! He licked the lens!
You know, I'm not a fan of a Nazi administration.
Whoa. Yo, so we have an ICE agent right here. So how does ICE arrest illegals in a state that doesn't want them to? Which illegal aliens are ICE looking for first? What rights do they have?
700 feet.
And how does the deportation process work from arrest to deportation?
When asked if there's a way to carry out mass deportations without separating families, Homan said this.
Of course there is.
Happy birthday to him.
Families can be deported together.
Before I embed with ICE agents arresting illegals and Seattle journalist Jonathan Cho, what do the residents of Seattle think about ICE and mass deportations?
Pregunta. Okay, so we're asking people out here in Washington their thoughts on, like, ICE raids. ICE, bad?
Yeah. Yeah, Nazis tend to be bad.
¿Tú conoces personas ilegales en el mundo, en este país? No, no soy Fed. I'm gonna guess you're not a fan.
Yeah, no. I think like any basically moral person, I'm not a fan of a Nazi administration.
Por deportación?
Mucho mal, sí.
Okay. Mucho mal?
Mucho mal.
Mucho mal? Mucho mal?
Mucho mal.
And if there are any like heinous criminals out there who happen to be undocumented, should they be sent away or no?
No, that's what habeas corpus and due process goes through. Constitutional protections for sort of thing apply to anybody within the laws of a country. Many Americans don't recognize this. If you go to another country, you're subject to that country's laws, including its protections. I used to do, I studied immigration law in law school.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
I think there needs to be an expedited process for the people that are escaping violence in other countries, but I think there should be a quick and legal process to help all of these people move to the U.S. if they want to be here.
And a lot of them are here, because they're escaping danger from other countries, and that's the tradition of the United States.
Got it. And should there be a distinction between an economic migrant and a refugee fleeing like a war-torn country?
No.
Yeah.
No. They're still people.
If you're illegal, I would say try and go through the proper systems.
Why the fuck is he dressed like this? This nigga got on a suit jacket, a trucker hat. Is this a quarter zip? Or is that like a cardigan? And does he have on a button up? And a bag of trash? This nigga got on a bad fit. This fit is horrible, my nigga. Jesus Christ.
Of course, obviously asylum seekers, I wish them the best, but after all, this is a country with infrastructure and people, and we have to still, help yourself before you can help others.
If they're here not being, illegally, they should be deported.
I do not support it. Non-support.
They need due process. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's what we're based on.
Understood. If they're afforded due process, and it is for a fact decided that they've illegally entered the country, is deportation the best solution in your opinion, or no?
It depends on the crime.
What are your thoughts on Washington as a sanctuary state, if you will? Basically not cooperating with the federal government, that sort of combative relationship they have right now?
Well, as long as the federal government is not operating legally, I would say that would be okay position from my position.
Like, we wouldn't have this concept of sanctuary cities if we had a robust enough border patrol, immigration system, legal system.
I don't know.
So if their only crime is illegally entering the country, do you think, let them... Not serious enough?
No.
Not serious enough.
So if they illegally enter, maybe they, murder someone, is that... What's the line?
Yeah, well...
violent crime is the line.
An illegal who's committed a crime, should they be top of the list?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts on ICE raids happening in Washington right now?
I think it's pretty terrible.
Do you think it's unconstitutional?
Of course. I think that if people aren't going to care about the ICE raids and people that are illegal immigrants, I think that can be handled in a different way. I don't think that coming and just snatching people up is really a good thing.
Why is she moving this fast? Lady, slow down. Gather yourself. Jesus.
I don't think it's good.
And I think how they're doing it with plainclothes officers jumping out of a car and taking people off the street for their public dissent, their expression of free speech is very problematic. We're all referencing the Holocaust at this point. We're all referencing Nazis.
What are your thoughts on the El Salvador mega prison as a concept? People being shipped over there.
I think it's illegal.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing.
Fucked up thing?
Yeah,
It's terrible. Do you think the El Salvador mega prison is akin to, let's say, a concentration camp in Poland? Is that kind of the parallels we're thinking of?
I think it's hard to argue against it.
Is it a violation of human rights?
I'd say in most cases,
There's
definitely.
no trial?
And there's no way to get out. And nobody's supposedly left the facility alive.
What are your thoughts on the Trump administration thus far?
I don't support nothing Trump does. I think the president should be impeached.
Worst possible president.
I think he's just saying shit. I think you gotta do bogus shit to get impeached, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know.
You've ever had.
I left to the U.S. because of Trump the first time around. I moved to Hong Kong.
Any thoughts that come to mind?
Yes, I think we should deport Trump.
Where should he be sent? El Salvador?
See, everybody just saying dumb shit, bro. No solutions. How we gonna deport that nigga? He was born here. You deport people who weren't born in the United States. Gee, this is where school comes in. Damn, I want the smartest nigga, but Jesus Christ, how we gonna deport our own president? Lady, that don't make sense.
Yes, to that prison.
Everybody has the ability to be human. It's a choice, though. And I wish more would choose to be human to the vulnerable people of this world and stop judging them. We need more people of every flavor because that's what this country was founded on. If
Detractors may say,
leave because we're all immigrants and the Native Americans are going to take it back? Because if you're going to get into history, we're all trespassing.
So there's no illegal status on stolen land is what you're saying?
Well, he got a point there. He got a point there.
There's no illegal status if you're coming here to better yourself, part of a civilization.
That means illegal. Go back to where you come from.
Go back home.
Yes.
Well, I can't say we are trespassing. By we, you know what I mean. We were brought here, so I don't think we had a choice in trespassing or not trespassing. We were brought here by the trespassees or the trespassers, whatever. I don't know.
Go back home.
This isn't a home.
This is not your home.
If we didn't have diversity, this would be a really boring show.
So I'm going to go on an ICE raid. What is a question you might have for them?
Do your job.
Woke is just a term for giving a shit. Call the people who give a shit, who have compassion, who have a heart, who want you to be their neighbor. I like all the colors in the rainbow. If it was just white, it'd be super boring.
And any advice for an undocumented migrant out there who's considering fleeing the country or is afraid for their...
I'm concerned that they're going to just start taking anyone who disagrees. with the current administration. And I've been kind of looking into some of that, and there's definitely some questionable things that have already happened, and people that have been taken that where it's why was this person taken? Yeah, most
legal citizens being detained and sent to El Salvador?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's highly concerning.
With Seattle residents mostly opposed.
I mean, is that a fact? I understand I am pausing a lot, but she just said that sounded kind of crazy. Is that a fact, though? We need to know if that's
to the presence of ICE, with some claiming the deportations were illegal and that legal citizens are being arrested as well. Before I see ICE arresting illegals up close, I met up with Seattle journalist Jonathan Cho in Tacoma to visit a privately run detention center operated by Geo Group on behalf of ICE that holds all the people arrested by ICE until their fate is decided. Were the people arrested and sent here subjected to concentration camp-like conditions? as some Seattle residents and activists feared.
And behind me, we have a memorial where 2 people died in custody. Is that what happened?
Well, yes. Unfortunately, people have died in custody, yet at the same time, the circumstances are a bit murky. A far-left activist group called La Resistencia put up this makeshift memorial. In fact, every other weekend they're out here protesting as well. They want this ICE detention center shut down permanently. Essentially, this is where illegals are taken for processing before deportation, or some are even released here back onto the streets as they're waiting for asylum.
And are these the buses people are being transported in? Illegals are being captured and then sent here, or what?
Yeah, very similar buses. The buses you'll usually see that are being used to transport illegals will also have bars on the windows.
Chinga la migra, which basically means the immigration, I think, and then an anarchist symbol.
The A for anarchist.
Yo. All right.
So let me just be, in fairness to the officers who have to guard this place.
Of course.
Look, they're not concerned about us necessarily. They're concerned about the far-left activists that would go in there and try to vandalize these buses.
I see.
These types of attempts have been made. I mean, people have thrown Molotov cocktails over the fences. People spray paint, vandalize constantly. So I get the tension in here. So it would be released actually at that other end of the fence, and then they'll likely bump into...
That nigga out there, no socks.
Just look at that border placement, expertly done. This is the epitome of sport. They're slitting the van.
These advocates right here at this fence.
Let's talk to them. Let's see what they do and why they're here. Free them all, ACAB. Which stands for?
All cops are bastards.
Oh, damn.
More signs there, abolish ICE, free them all. They're on the graffiti's everywhere.
As we inspected the exterior, we saw this activist group's tent and met this guy.
We're trying to figure out who you guys are.
I think you should speak. I don't know who they are. I'm trying to figure it out.
Were you just released?
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Okay, how was it?
It's all right.
Hold on. He's black. And he ain't got no heavy accent. So where's he from? Hold on, brother. What are we doing here? They arresting brothers now? Oh no, we gotta put a stop to this if he's a brother. Yo, I'm gonna join your stream on Twitch. My account is specified. I bet. Come through and drop some comments, my nigga Duolingo. It would be amazing if more people were here. We'll get that one day.
You don't have to talk to them.
But obviously you don't have to talk because you're your own person. You have your own free will. You don't have to listen to him. You don't have to listen to me. We're just curious guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're curious what you guys do.
Yeah, so we're here to support immigrants when they're released. Do you mind if I ask that you don't broadcast his images without a photo release, please?
Well, he was willing to talk to us, free will, on a public street.
No.
You don't want it? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, we can just talk to you if you're done.
Yeah,
we're
fine.
Good to meet you, by the way.
No
My name's
problem.
Tyler. Congrats on the release.
Yeah. So
that is true, yeah.
Yep.
What do you do?
So we're here to support immigrants who are released from ICE detention.
So you guys are like the first pit stop once they're released, I assume?
Pretty much. Yeah, so we're here every day of the week, and our mission is to support all immigrants who are released here, and as well as those who are inside.
For example, if there was a guy we just spoke to who was released, what is his next step? What resources do you guys provide for someone like him?
We provide food, clothing, water, transport, housing if necessary.
To my knowledge, this may not be accurate, but 60% of everybody in there gets deported. So visitation is really important. We also prepare deportation bags for people who request it. And our organization, almost all volunteer-led, has been here for 15 years.
We welcome them. We make sure that we check them in, so we take down their information.
Take down as little as possible. We only take what we need to know to book them, help them book air tickets.
Okay. It has snacks, it has hot water.
Okay. We give over $2,000 a month in phone cards because the people inside have no way to reach their families.
How are you getting funded?
$20 phone donations.
And we saw the memorial over there. It appears as if 2 people died in custody?
Yes, that was last year, and we're not connected with that memorial.
Okay, is there another group, La Resistencia?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you guys in collaboration, or?
We do not work with them directly.
They have a different ethos, a different strategy, whereas La Resistencia They're trying to abolish this place. They're far-left activists. It's a different approach to trying to help in this crisis. Who's being released exactly?
Well, it's the lucky few who've been through immigration court hearings. So it means different things for different people. The very few who've been granted asylum are pretty much free to carry on. Ones that are out on bond or some others will have hearings. Sometimes they're months and months or even years away. The largest group probably in the last year is from India.
But again, it confirms again, Tyler, that, people, again, undocumented migrants, they are being released.
Well, undocumented isn't correct, actually. Everyone who's in this facility is going through the legal process of staying in this country. So calling them undocumented is not accurate.
What would they be then? Asylum seekers?
Correct.
I see. So everyone here is a documented asylum seeker?
Yes. Some of them come from ICE raids, others...
If you don't have documents, brother, then I don't really think that's fucking offensive. I think calling them aliens would be more offensive than undocumented. If you don't have documents in this country, like a fucking social security number, nigga, then you're undocumented.
Show up at the border, apply for asylum, they get their credible fear interview, and then they will be
processed here?
Usually processed at a facility closer to the border,
okay,
and then brought here for intake.
Whoa.
And so then they'll stay here for 1 to 6 months while they go through the immigration court system.
A lot of the men and women who are transported through Boeing Field also end up at this detention facility.
That's correct.
Right, and so some of those people are still considered quote-unquote illegals.
Well, not really, though, because they are, in fact, in the legal system, going through the legal steps to stay in this country.
Got it.
This nigga, he's trying to jump around this motherfucking question, and I don't really like people like that. That kind of blows me. He was trying his hardest not to say what he was saying. It's probably our internet. Nah, I was talking about because he said my shit was on Twitch, it was lagging. Hold on, let me see something. Let me finish playing this.
Just want to get to the truth. We want to hear another perspective. We really genuinely want to know what the conditions are like inside.
Right.
If they're being mistreated or if they're actually being treated in a fair and humane way. There's semantics as well, right?
Sure.
You guys have all crossed here illegally, but now once you're in the system, you're not legal.
Damn, I think I am lagging. What the fuck? What the fuck is my shit doing? Is this bitch doing backflips? Come on, fucking shit, act right. Yeah, because I'm only using mobile data. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not me. I think it is me. Hold on. Mobile data. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not me. Alright, it ain't me. Never mind. I just had to edit that out. Hopefully.
You're seeking asylum. Yeah, a fellow, he looked like he was African. He's probably from one of the African nations. I'm stating the obvious, Mr. Obvious here.
The question is, where is he from? How did he get locked up? Where was he detained? How long was he in there? Those are my curiosities.
After speaking with this group providing relief and aid to those released from the detention center, after they cock-blocked my interview with this guy who was just released, what did the people currently inside want to share with the world?
And there was recently a prison break. An illegal escape to this facility?
Yeah, authorities say a fellow from Venezuela somehow managed to get through a fence. We don't know all the details, but he was eventually apprehended 3 days later in Portland, Oregon.
Whoa.
Actually, that was a huge security breach. Not a good look for this detention center.
Okay. So I would imagine part of the narrative from the La Resistencia and the left-leaning groups is that these people are being mistreated at all times. Seems at the very least there's some outdoor time, a nice playing field to play some soccer.
Yeah, as opposed to human rights violations, definitely it appears the folks
and to our right, we have a truck right here following us.
Yes, that is security.
Yo, homies!
Yeah, I'm the king when I'm in around. I'm
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Bueno, mal. Sí. Oi.
Hey. Notice how ICE is trying to block us.
Hola. Oi. They're hyped. They're hyped. Hey, come over here. Say hello. Whoa. Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. Okay, they want out. ¿De dónde eres? Amigos, pregunta. ¿Cómo es tu tiempo en prisión? Muy mal. Aquí es tu palabras por el mundo. Okay.
You have like Muslims in here too.
All right, we gotta go.
You gotta get going.
Okay, adios.
Adios, amigos.
Gotta get out of here.
The volleyball. Didn't I tell you?
Yo, soccer ball.
Yeah.
Can I kick it?
Here's the bottom line. I mean, they're itching to talk. They want to, tell their side of the story.
Yeah.
But rarely will you have another opportunity like this today. Obviously, Spanish was the primary language being spoken, but I saw some, Middle Eastern looking men. I saw an Asian guy there as well. So again, this border crisis has allowed people from all over the world to enter America, and Seattle, this region, the Pacific Northwest, continues to be an important hub for ICE and its deportation efforts. We really are in an information war, right? So, ICE has its narrative.
Yeah.
The activists have their narrative.
And then there's the truth.
And then there's the truth somewhere in the middle, right? So we are trying to always determine what the truth is, what's happening real time as journalists out here. This is the type of coverage you're not going to see in local mainstream media.
That's crazy.
After seeing the ICE detention center up front, we headed to a church in Tequila run by Pastor Jan that was, at one point, hosting hundreds of migrants seeking asylum. Has ICE come knocking yet? How long have these migrants been waiting here? And did they enter illegally?
So the question is, can ICE actually come raid these people? Are they...
Damn, this nigga got a Montclair joint. Okay, that motherfucker clean, too. I ain't never seen nobody wear this motherfucker like this. This nigga got some money, huh? Shout out to him and that Montclair.
Protected? That is unclear, and that's a question I want to ask ICE as well. Border Czar Tom Homan has said on the record, they're only interested in illegals who have committed crimes and have been convicted of serious crimes.
Crimes beyond the illegal entry of the country?
Beyond the illegal entry. We're talking murder, rape, DUIs. So a lot of these folks here, they're primarily from Haiti and Venezuela, and they're literally fresh off the boat. They just crossed the border and they've been here for a few months.
Why don't we poke our head in right now, see if we can see some people in the tiny village?
What's really frustrating, I think, for a lot of Americans, especially those who are working in the homeless outreach space, a lot of these tiny house villages initially were designated for Americans in need.
Sure.
But now they're going to illegals. But we're talking about money, resources.
And she would argue they're refugees, right? That's her contention
that's
for
her
all
language.
these people.
Sure, that's what she's saying. We don't know exactly what their background is.
Hold on. So they telling me these tiny homes was for the homeless, and they gave it to other people who just came here? I don't know how I kind of feel about that. It's kind of ass backwards. The homeless been here for a little minute. Shit, get them some help. Fuck you mean? How you gonna take their tiny homes and give them away? Bitch ass niggas. Whoever did that whack ass shit, if that's the truth.
Bonjour. ¿Viven aquí? ¿Bueno o mal? Bueno? Okay, muy bien. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
No comprendo, my friend.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien.
Bien. ¿De dónde eres?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. ¿Cómo es tu vida aquí? ¿Bueno, mal? Bueno. ¿Cuántos años vive aquí?
Aquí,
Yes.
en Seattle.
Seattle, sí.
2 años.
Muchas personas tienen fear por ICE. ICE, ¿chinga la migra?
No, yo,
¿No?
yo por lo menos yo.
Ok. Comprendo. Ajá.
Yo por lo menos.
¿Chinga la migra? ¿Chinga la migra?
La migra, que se vaya.
Ok. Oh. Ok.
Legal? Okay, legal. Muy bien. Hi, hola. Hi. How are you?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I would like to know who are you?
My name is Tyler.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, nigga, shake his motherfucking hand. Fat stomach, leather jacket wearing ass nigga.
About yourself?
Very good. Where are you from?
I'm from Uganda.
Okay. How long have you been here?
Well, I'm the operations manager, and I would like to know what's the whole of this.
We're just talking to the locals here. We hear the good work Jan's doing.
Okay, next time when you're doing that, you have to come and report it.
I see.
Because what you're doing right here is illegal.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. We didn't know.
First of all, nigga, I don't want to sound bogus, brother, but he's American. I think he would know what's illegal and what's not illegal. That's not. Granted, he probably should have went to the office and reported it, but come on, brother, you ain't even put no lotion on your hands today trying to tell niggas what's illegal and what's not illegal, and you got on a collared shirt with a leather zip up.
So speaking of illegal, we're trying to talk to people who have illegally entered the country. Do you know any people here?
You have to know. You have to tell who are you to ask those people.
I see. My name's Tyler. ¿De dónde eres? Venezuela. ¿Cuántos años vive aquí? ¿1, 2?
No.
¿Meses?
Como 8 meses aquí en
8. ¿Casa es bueno o mal?
Bueno, bueno.
Bueno, okay, gracias. Okay. I mean, nice living conditions out here. Pretty organized. Okay, we've seen the tiny village. Very nice place. Shall we leave? We're leaving. Very nice people, though.
I think what's so frustrating for a lot of people in the homeless outreach space here is that there are Americans here in need, and Washington State ranks number 3 in homelessness.
Wait, what? Third in U.S. homeless population. Has the third largest homeless population in the U.S. in 2017, and it has for several years. That is like Alabama, West Coast cities. Saw a rise of homeless people sleeping outside. Jesus Christ. What? Homeless population, 11,000. Unsheltered homeless, 47%? What the fuck? Damn, New York is number 1. They got 76,000 homeless motherfuckers. I'm surprised Chicago not on here. This is crazy. Nah, Los Angeles has 50,000 homeless people, and 74% of them are unsheltered. San Jose or Santa Clara, San Francisco. I mean, at least for New York, they got 76,000 homeless people, but it's only 5% of them that's unsheltered, at least. Maybe that number might be right, maybe it's not. San Diego, 9,000, 61% unsheltered. This is crazy. I don't know if Chicago homeless population that big, man. Or maybe it's not documented, but Jesus, this is a lot.
There are Americans on the streets who are not getting the same resources as people who have come illegally across the border.
So we headed inside to see who lived here and if ICE had visited this church yet.
How's everything going?
No filming.
No filming?
No.
Can you just give me an update outside?
Nope.
I just want to know, are you concerned ICE agents might come to this church? I just want to know what precautions you're taking or measures you're taking.
Yeah, we are very concerned. That's why we are very careful with who comes in and out the doors.
Do they have authority to come here and apprehend people?
No.
Well, you've done a great job moving a lot of the illegals off this property into hotels. I first reported on this encampment. That field here was covered with dozens.
I mean, damn, people can go to places and record shit, bro. Jesus. Man, they trying to tell you doing a motherfucking good job. Shit.
The tents. Yeah, I mean, but this is crazy.
Can ICE capture these people?
Yeah, I believe they can. Again, if they deem some of these men and women actual criminals beyond just crossing the border illegally.
What problems have you seen in the local community because of the people here, if any?
Not much problems. That's what I told you before. There's a lot of garbage,
Okay.
a lot of drink people. Right now, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It's looking clean. Before, I got a lot of problems in my cars, broke my windows, little things. But right now, it's nice.
But again, I think with a smaller...
See, that's also another problem. They can't be breaking into people's cars and stealing shit. That brother like he work a good job and keep his mustache intact. Leave that nigga in his shit alone.
Group now here at this church, you're also seeing fewer problems and a decrease in 911 calls.
And if the Washington homeless population were to see this, do you think they'd be insulted?
Oh, absolutely. I've already done stories about that, and they know. I mean, for example, there are empty hotels right now in King County that was, designated for the homeless that are sitting empty, and activist groups like La Resistencia were demanding that those hotels go to these illegals.
Jan, good intentions. The question is, will it all pan out? After visiting the church, we were...
Yeah, see, that's a problem, though. You can't reserve a spot like, fuck it, we're gonna reserve this spot for the homeless people, and then be like, nah, we're gonna have this group come in and we're gonna give it to these people who are illegals. That's a fucked up problem.
Received news that ICE had just arrested 17 alleged illegals working at a beverage manufacturer in Kent. We pulled up to ask if this business was knowingly employing illegals.
This company was already under investigation prior to this raid, but again, we're here to find out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Can I say that? No, I probably can't. Chicago would be dicked if they did this. A lot of factories here guaranteed they doing that, you know what I'm saying?
If management wants to talk about what happened.
Let's hop in, ask them about the ICE raid. Do you know about the ICE raid?
Hi, this is private property. I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave. Sorry. No comment. Please don't record me. You don't have permission. You don't have permission to record me. Please don't record me.
You know about the ICE raid?
No.
I said this last time. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
No comment. Please leave.
All right, I'm going to ask them about the ICE raid. Do you know about the ICE raid?
Well, that's it. No.
No? Okay.
Door's locked.
You know about the ICE raid?
You don't have permission to record me.
All right.
Big guy coming through. Big lady. The arrest happened right there.
Let's go over there. This is the scene of the crime, if you will.
Well, at least that's where, the ICE bus showed up and, the illegals were being...
Attention! A new app is tearing through the gaming community. It's called WeMod, and it comes with side effects like God Mode, Infinite Money, Flight, and thousands of other mods across thousands of games. It's unclear what the consequences of this app will be for society.
Apprehended and pulled out in handcuffs and shackles, and they're closing the doors right now because we showed up.
Yo!
Looks like the screens are open. This one's wide open still.
Question for you. You know about the ICE raid?
This is private property. You guys need to leave.
Do you know about the ICE raid? They're all tweaking.
So obviously
But they're hiring illegals, they're exploiting the labor market, they're undercutting American laborers. Honestly, they're contributing to a massive problem, in my opinion. Discussing ICE raids out here was a touchy subject. But luckily, on my drive back home, I found a few local protesters who could explain to me exactly what was going on out here. We saw you guys on Twitter. We're here to amplify your voices. We want to hear what's going on and what you guys are protesting about.
I don't think we're really authorized to speak to anyone, so you might want to talk to people inside.
Are you guys like La Resistencia? Are you guys with an organization or just individual?
Different organizations.
Yeah, we got ICE equals Gestapo.
I mean, I don't know.
What do we got here? No one is illegal on stolen land. ICE of Seattle, stop kidnapping our community. They are leaving right now. They're not authorized to speak and use their voice. Apparently, seems a bit infantile to come out here with a sign and not share honestly, some pussy. There's an opportunity for other people to learn from things, and we do have ears and we're willing to listen. So, with rumors of ICE waiting to arrest suspected illegals after their court hearing, and with local activists there to document any violation of their rights, I headed inside the immigration court to see what we would find. Before we go on a ride-along with ICE, in this area of media corruption and bias, it's tough to know what's fake news and what's real news. But luckily, the sponsor of this video...
Watch out, nigga. Tried to get me with an ad. Oh, hell no.
/Tyler Oliveira for free. Thanks, Straight Arrow News. Back to ICE. We're looking for ICE agents waiting on the outside of these courtrooms, ready to arrest and deport. We don't know if we'll find any, but yesterday they were out here waiting outside these courtrooms. ICE around here? Oh, you have? Mm-hmm. Where are they? Oh, thank you. Like actual agents? Okay. Oh, are you guys ICE? I guess we found ICE. So they're here. They're waiting outside the immigration courts, floor 5. They went back inside. Do we think they're trying to actively arrest and deport people after immigration court?
Yes, I think so. How many did you see?
Maybe 5, 6?
Okay,
Thanks.
Why are you here?
I am an observer.
What are your concerns?
I want to make sure that if immigrants are detained or threatened, that they know their rights. But we want to let them know that they have the right to appeal a court decision.
Hold on, that brother had on the Rolex. Well, it might have been fake, so let me not do that. You look sad. What you doing? I'm doing reaction right now, brother. We on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Landy Hood? Yeah, we on Twitch right now.
What group are you guys with?
Basically, I'm with Indivisible.
What?
Understand we can't film. We've been given permission to go ahead and prohibit that. So.
Who are you?
Turn it off.
What's the legal authority? Please identify.
I'll be back in a second.
Do we know who is he? We're First Amendment protected activity. No, we can't film in the hallway. All right, I don't know what we did. You guys see ICE? I saw them. Did you guys see them?
Like the activists had infiltrated every leg of the ICE deportation process.
Back there?
Who are you?
My name's Tyler.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So who are you with?
News. We're just doing a little independent news piece. Are you guys here to protect the rights of people exiting immigration court and?
Yeah.
This bitch just asked him who he was, and she was. That's kind of some bitch ass shit. But
Go ahead. Guess they come in first. Question for you guys.
No.
Any legal status in question right now? Any concerns with deportation?
No. No comment. He's my.
Here goes the Antifa guy. He's trying to body us.
Why are you being weird, bro?
Yeah. Why are you
taking the elevator?
Why are you?
I could have moved. What's your name? Nah.
And they want to make sure, the illegals' rights are not being violated.
I'm sorry, I hate everybody who's still wearing fucking masks. Might have been the dumbest shit in the
At the same time, because of a new law essentially that's in play, ICE agents now can come to these court hearings, and if the judge dismisses the case, boom, that's when the agents come in and sweep and apprehend the illegals. Borders Our Tom Homan has said numerous times that even if local authorities do not cooperate and assist ICE agents, they're still going to operate and do their job.
It's against fire code.
Whoa.
Oh. No interaction here. It's against fire code to
Actually, there is a badge.
Yo, so we have an ICE agent right here. This guy body shoved us, just trying to body shove his way in there. I think he'll lose this fight, but it's honorable.
Why are they crying?
It's a violation of fire code? Is that what they're saying?
I'm worried about the ability for people to come and go in the case of an elevator failure.
Yeah, ICE agents are in the stairwells right now. The activists got word, and now they're trying to disrupt
I
this.
see. It seems like the activists know everything somehow.
If they get in the way of federal agents, it is a crime. I mean, look what he's doing. He's using his foot to prop it open against several agents.
It's against fire code to block the doors. So we're just trying to open the access. That's all.
I see.
See, now they want to talk when. See, look, this is the problem I got with these motherfuckers who like to do activist shit and do bullshit. You didn't want to talk to this nigga, but y'all basically are here for the same reason. So I don't get what's the whole bitch ass point of let me be a dickhead to this person. You get nowhere with that shit. Real shit, bro.
Excuse me. Can I go down the stairs?
To be fair, we don't actually know who these people are. They haven't self-identified. We presume they're ICE agents. He's holding the door open. Looks like ICE, or what we think is ICE, is going downstairs. I guess there's one guy holding it open right now. I presume he's going to storm through the moment this door is openable.
Might be in the clear. Looks like you're in the clear. All right, let's see what was down.
We come in peace. Let's see who they were, where they went. Okay, I think we have ICE. Yo, can we interview you guys? Are you guys ICE? We come in peace. Can we interview you guys? Alright, so they're gone. No identification. No knowledge. We don't know who they are. We only think they're ICE.
That was fascinating, though, to see kind of the tactics now being used by both sides, by presumably ICE agents, as well as the far-left activists.
This is immigration court. A few people are trying to work out their legal status right now, and there are lawyers, activists everywhere. Logic right now is that they have the flow of information. They know everything before anyone else does. They seem to be sniffing on the trail of intel here. They're here whenever ICE is here, and vice versa.
I think we should ask them.
How are you guys always here when ICE shows up? We're trying to show up as well.
How are you guys getting tipped off? Do you guys have inside sources, or...?
Have you guys seen anything ICE has done that's violated any rights? Anything the people should know? Genuinely?
What's your website?
Oh, I don't have a website. All the media is just on socials. Yeah, I guess we're not having a conversation. Honorably, though. My name is Tyler Oliveira. We don't do handshakes.
No. It's like a COVID germ thing.
What?
These ones?
Yes.
You know, refer to them all as undocumented immigrants. Most
here
of them
to
are
learn.
working their way through the documentation process.
See, that's another problem, bro. Stop saying that dumbass shit, bro. If you don't have documentation and you in a fucking country, you are undocumented. You can't fucking say, oh, bro, they working through it. Well, until they get papers, they don't have documents. Look here, Xavier. We hold on. Let me just time you out, bro. For saying some nasty ass shit in my chat. Have a good night. Appreciate that, Flows. You too, my guy.
They're still in this country with approval. They might not be citizens yet, but they are documented.
Got it. What would be the correct term? Just
Immigrants.
immigrants. Okay, plain and simple. All right, thank you. There's definitely some politics here in terms of terminology, political correctness. We're in the belly of the beast, and they all hate you, and now they hate me.
I mean, we're in the middle of an information war as well, right?
In between, there's no room for nuance, there's no room for understanding, no room for conversation. What? What was that? What happened?
You don't have permission to record me. Thank you.
I think we do. I think we actually legally do.
Yeah, another soy boy.
Thank you.
The tensions here were high, as all parties in attendance
This agent gotta give a fuck about none of this.
were predicting that ICE would arrest someone here after their immigration court here. Hearing if you weren't with the activists, then you were against them.
It's just like some low-quality right-wing YouTubers, so we're ignoring them.
That's me.
We're just trying to avoid their content.
Unavoidable. But we have people legitimately coming through for their immigration court right now, about 3 floors. Volunteers coming in.
But finally, I managed to speak to a lawyer and some immigrants here to hopefully resolve their legal status.
Are you a lawyer?
Yeah.
Can you tell us the work you're doing? Nah, I'm a chill guy. They're all about Team Red, Team Blue. I'm just a guy trying to get the truth. What are you doing here today?
I'm representing a client.
Primary concerns coming in here. Is this pro bono? What's going on?
No, I work for a law firm.
Okay. Is your client like an undocumented migrant, allegedly?
No.
What's the work you're doing out here today? I noticed they said thank you.
I'm representing an immigrant who's, seeking a legal pathway to stay here.
Are you guys here to get like citizenship status?
No English, sorry.
No English? You guys trying to get paperwork handled?
Мы пытаемся получить убежище в стране Америка.
How long have you guys been here?
2 года.
What is the legal procedure by which they can take someone here and maybe arrest and deport them?
ICE attorneys are doing motions to dismiss, and if the judge grants it, then that person's application for relief has just magically disappeared at that moment, and then they walk out of court, and apparently ICE is handcuffing them then and putting them into expedited removal proceedings, or not proceedings.
Sure. Are you guys seeking like political asylum? What religion are you?
Legal Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. What have the lawyers told you?
Адвокаты говорят, как правило, кейсы свидетелей Иеговы очень сильные, потому что нас называют в России экстремистами.
And did you guys come into the United States through a legal port of entry?
Мы приехали в США через Мексику по программе CBP-1.
The general know your rights information is that you don't have to talk about your immigration status. You have to identify yourself to law enforcement if they identify themselves, but you don't otherwise have to tell them anything.
And do you guys have concerns of deportation via ICE?
Ну, честно говоря, нет, потому что мы все делаем правильно, у нас уже все документы, мы работаем, у нас семьи, дети. Мы сюда, может быть, тревога была до того, как мы сюда ехали. Как попав сюда, уже нет тревоги.
You can shove me? These guys are shoving us around for no reason. We're civil.
No one here to get physical.
You're right.
So don't be pushing them.
Oh man, the vibes are hostile right now.
No. What happened? Nothing happened. I put my hand up. I didn't hit the camera, dog.
This goofy, face-tatted wannabe SoundCloud rapper scootered away to hopefully fill out a job application. With no ICE arrest today at court, we returned back here next morning only to see an anti-ICE protest.
I want to
want to make sure you're asking people's permission before you take pictures of their faces. What?
What happened to peaceful protest? You're gonna call me a fuck?
This is a peaceful protest.
I'm the most peaceful guy here.
You're just a scumbag. If you pulled your head out of your ass, you could come join us
What's your
on
name?
the right side.
What is your name?
My name is Your Problem.
I just walked up here. She's concerned too because you're acting crazy right now.
You're confronting us for having a camera?
Listen to her, bro. Respect people out here. You're acting crazy.
Yeah, whatever you say.
This is public property. Everyone's publicly protesting.
Are you?
Don't press her, bro.
We got some fast.
That nigga. See, I see protests can go one of two ways. They like, nah, bro, you on the wrong side. How the fuck you know what side he on? Bitch, you ain't even asking no questions. He got a rainbow glasses protector. Come on, gang.
I'm a tool? You're crazy.
Creepy crawlies running around here with cameras.
We're exercising our First Amendment rights.
As am I.
Yeah, I know you are. So why don't you stop photographing people?
This is public property. Everyone has a phone out. What are you talking about?
You don't need to be pointing your camera at people
You
here.
walked up to me. I'm observing this. Get away from me, dude. Get the fuck away from me.
I think you need to leave this area.
I think you need to back up right now.
You backed into me.
You back the fuck. How about that? Get the fuck away from me.
You don't even need to do that.
Oh my God, these people are insufferable. Get away from me, man. There. Are you gonna bite the camera? He kissed it. What is this? He licked it. He licked the lens. While our lens was getting licked, I managed to get a few perspectives from the
You know how fucking nasty you have to be to lick a fucking camera lens? Oh my fucking God. This is something fucking else, man. These people are nutcases in Washington. And these are supposed to be normal people?
Elderly protesters who weren't irrationally hostile.
Are you Democrats? More directly?
Democrats? I'm an independent thinker. There have been a lot of ICE raids out here. We were wondering if we asked you guys' thoughts on ICE raids lately.
I think they're horrendous. It's like the Gestapo. You're kidnapping people. They deserve due process. They should be able to apply for asylum if that's applicable. If it's not, I think that there needs to be some compassion, particularly for the children that have been brought here.
Let's say someone agrees with you but says, hey, we want them to go through the legal port of entry. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a legitimate thing to say, but Congress has not funded it in order to handle the number of people that are coming. And we know how good these people are and how hard they work. Illegal entry is not a criminal act.
Sir, why did you lick the lens?
I mean, what is it then? If it's not a criminal act, then I don't know what that would be. Like, I think you have to have legal documentation in order to get places. That's why they made things like visas and passports, and I don't think you can travel without them. Unless I'm wrong, I don't do no traveling, so whatever.
Lens, is it tasty? You want to lick my lens?
Make some noise down at the passage board. Make some noise. Hey,
he's licking the lens.
Get your camera off the back of his head.
He walked in with his head into my camera.
Make some noise down the passage board. Make some noise down the passage board.
Ironically, for this group claiming to protest against fascism, they were quick to obey whoever whispered in their ear not.
This might be one of the worst protests I've ever seen. Everybody out here like 65 and older.
Not to talk to us, and to violently suppress anyone who they believe to have opposing beliefs or ask any questions. However, to be fair, the sheer density of musical talent here almost made me forget that these unhinged retirees were probably someone's grandparents. To whoever's grandpa this is, I am so sorry.
Get off the camera!
They think recording them is like, you recording somebody with a camera. It's not gonna hurt nobody's feelings though, bro. Like, I don't understand it though. Like, I'm trying to really comprehend. Like, well, what's going on with these people? Are they mentally challenged?
I was told you hit the camera. Is that true?
No, you're assaulting. You're assaulting.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You don't have to answer that.
So, what? Yeah, you don't. I mean,
put the camera down.
Stop. Listen, old man. It's the First Amendment. You know about the Constitution, right? You're here. You're
Hey, you're a fucking fascist, man. You're a killer.
What? You don't even know me, dog.
What's going on in Gaza?
It's peaceful.
Don't give them what they want.
I don't want anything. I want to have a conversation with you. Back the cameras.
You creep.
I'm a creep. You're a creep, bro. I want the FBI to check your folders.
Did he just call him a creep, bro? Jesus Christ. Did he say he wanted the FBI to check his folders?
You guys are complicit in the genocide of the people.
You don't even know me, dog.
We also do Tesla takedown on Tuesday. You guys,
let's just move on.
We don't like you.
How you know he killed 50,000 people, bro? He probably never killed nobody day in his life. You talking 50,000 people have been killed by you guys. Brother, first of all, he never killed nobody, so don't ever blame me for no shit like that. And you balding.
Immediate hostility from the geriatric class of advocates out here. I mean, immediately we walked up, just doing a little shot of the signs, and that bald guy right there went aggro mode, instant aggro. Sir, question for you. What are you protesting today?
Yeah, the main thing I'm trying to stand up for right now is peace and harmony.
Sir, don't infantilize him. Let him speak.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's being authorized not. This is anything but a peaceful protest when we show up.
Modern, clean, comfortable, with a state-of-the-art transit system, world-class nightlife, and entertainment. Thanks to our fully computerized law enforcement system, we are proud to be able to say that we are the safest city in the world.
Apparently. And we have guys like Big Blue over here basically coaching people to not speak to anyone, I guess, or approve the media.
And anyone who is potentially not part of this agenda, this cause, they completely cancel you.
love, not hate. That's what makes America great.
Of course, they don't live it out.
The most hateful people you can meet out here in Seattle.
Not only the most hateful, the most violent.
But not everyone here was fresh off a perk.
What is your primary concern? Why'd you come out here today?
I came out here today because this is for federal workers, but they're just a subset. It's for all the workers, but then for all the people who are citizens or immigrants, no matter what their status, that they have the right to due process.
As a native, especially Piscataway DC native, people don't really take into account what the DC native is holding at the end of the day. There's a spiritual connection with the land, and like everything that happens in DC, we very much are aware of what's happening. I'm good. I know.
He's making it fun of you.
That's what makes America
We certainly have a conversation. But, if you see us around, say hi. They claim to be protecting the Constitution, but they're the first ones to attack your First Amendment rights when it doesn't suit them. It's unfortunate.
After seeing what ICE agents experience on a daily basis out here in sanctuary states and liberal cities like Seattle, time to go on a ride along with ICE and document how the arrest process really worked.
Why are we having to do this interview covertly inside a van today?
Well, Seattle and the Seattle area operations, our area of responsibility for the region, which includes Alaska, Washington State, Oregon, parts of Idaho. It's a very challenging environment to work in. So we get a lot of like pushback from.
Is there any proof that anybody who would be of, I guess, illegal documentation, representation, I don't know. Is there any proof that any of them would go to Idaho? I drove through there, and ain't shit but land, and farms, and animals, and land. Why would they want to go to Idaho? Seattle, Washington, or like Oregon would be, I guess you could say, a great place, but Idaho? Oh no, don't go out there, brother. No. Does Idaho have a city? I guess every place would have a city.
Activists, just local concerned people that like to try to interfere with our arrests and any of our activities. So if you happen to be standing next to an ICE official right now, it's just almost like guilt by association. But cities where you have that are non-cooperative, that are commonly known as sanctuary cities, or even sanctuary states, really all we're asking as a federal law enforcement agency is to take custody of people that have other legal issues that they need to address, either federally or have been convicted of criminal offenses at the local level. So all we're trying to do is arrest or take hold of an individual in a private, secure setting, as opposed to having to do it at large, out in the community, where people's property, their lives, overall safety are being put at risk. What I will say, it's a constant pressure. Like, we want to do the right thing.
Tell me what these ride-alongs are basically like. What's happening here in this region? How often are they happening?
ICE agents and officers and our law enforcement partners, we're out constantly. So we have to go where the action is. Whether it's an illegal alien that should be arrested, that's been either...
See, I think that name is much more offensive than people calling them undocumented, but they think undocumented is like, I don't know. Maybe I'll sound dumb saying that, but undocumented versus illegal alien, I think I'd rather be called undocumented. No bullshit.
Ordered removed from the country by an immigration judge, has criminality or another immigration law enforcement legal issue, we're going to be there. Arrests are happening every single day throughout the day. So anywhere where you see these non-cooperative policies where it's okay to not work with federal law enforcement, then it becomes a really difficult environment.
What right now is legally required to perform an arrest on ICE's end?
Probable cause meets that threshold most of the time. That seems to be a confusion with the public. Under the INA, then officers are able to stop someone and confirm their citizenship.
Is there any probability of misidentification or arresting a legal citizen? Are there any cases of that?
It's not a thing at all.
Not a thing.
It's not a thing at all. So, I don't want to go into law enforcement tactics.
Yeah.
But once an arrest is completed, and these are targeted arrests, so in every circumstance, we know who we're looking for.
Understood.
There is the potential for collateral arrest. So when you make an arrest, if an alien is with another alien that doesn't have a lawful basis for being in the U.S., and that person can be arrested as well.
Who on the list of illegal aliens is ICE targeting right now? Top priority. Is there a target beyond just illegally entering the country is what I'm asking?
No, there's really not.
Okay.
But in saying that, naturally, if somebody is showing to be a immediate public safety threat, immediate threat to national security, then that's gonna be a priority. There really isn't a true priority list.
Got it.
We'll make the arrest as they need to be made.
So even though Tom Homan has said priority is right now at least going after the violent, criminal, illegal aliens, the ones who've committed rapes, murders, and all that, you guys are still doing your jobs of going after people here who have overstayed their visas and so on and so forth. That's what you're saying, right? Just to clarify.
So if you're an alien, if you don't have a lawful basis for being in the U.S., there is a very high potential that ICE will arrest you and you'll be placed into pending removal proceedings.
Say I just jumped the border, I've illegally entered the country. How does ICE eventually identify me as an illegal alien if I haven't been captured by any form of law enforcement?
There's a variety of ways.
Yeah.
I can't go into law enforcement tactics.
Okay.
So outside of the obvious, because and this is where sanctuary cities, non-cooperative cities, their policies come into play, right?
Yeah.
So if they arrest somebody for, let's say, DUI, I've seen plenty of DUI convictions this week.
Sure.
For aliens, criminal aliens this week. Then if an alien encounters local law enforcement for a law that they potentially have broken, then we want to have that further conversation. And we used to be able to do that. But in cities like Seattle, we can't.
What do I need to do to get taken to like El Salvador? How do you identify the country of origin for some of these people if you're deporting them to that country of origin? How does that process play out?
Well, no. Again, that kind of falls into more like law enforcement tactics, intel in some cases.
Okay.
But the simple answer is we've got one detention facility for our region.
Okay. Are you guys working in tandem with law enforcement in the country of origin to receive these people? How does that work?
Department. Got it. So it's not just us. We do all the frontline like street stuff.
Sure. Scooping them up.
Right. So now it goes to, or at that point, it becomes an issue also for the Department of State and really Department of Justice. So we're actually making arrests all over the place. So yeah, where we can identify a target, then we'll make that arrest. So no, I mean these policies, these non-cooperative policies are just not helpful, and really they just delay the inevitable.
And now it was time to actually arrest an illegal immigrant. But real quick,
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
If you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube.
Yeah, first parking stall that's closest to the street in front of an apartment. If we can get a confirmation on that.
They're identifying the guy and where he's at. I don't think he's gonna make it to work today. The real takeaway from this, any illegal watching, is don't enter the country illegally.
Yeah, vehicle's not here. I don't know if you want us to shift over to a second target and just leave one car behind over here.
It's always a risk. They have vests on, body armor. You just never know if these, targeted arrests can go sideways or if they go smoothly. So again, just being out here, again, continues to be a risk, not only for the agents, but also for the community.
Yo, hey man, yeah, vehicle's not here. What are you looking at? Have you got paid down to the secondary yet?
We're just going to a different location to see if the arrest target might be there or is going to be there. This isn't uncommon. Like, we're not giving up on this. Like, we don't give up like that quickly. There's just an indication that the arrest target isn't here at the moment. So we're just shifting resources to a different target.
Where do you think he is?
No idea.
Could you enter a suspect's workplace to arrest the individual?
Conceivably, but that's not something that happens like too often. It just kind of depends. You want to be able to control the environment as much as like possible. So you want to remove those variables. You don't want to put the public in any kind of threat. That's really the end goal here, is to increase like public safety.
It's like chasing a ghost. If it's a U.S. citizen, they have history here. They have a social security number. They have family. They have just data. Our targets typically don't. It just takes more resources. It takes more intel, surveillance, officers, and it makes it that much harder in a sanctuary state or a sanctuary city.
Given that lack of data, how do you guys find these people?
Being creative.
Okay. Understood. So yeah, the people that are being targeted for arrest, I mean, they're difficult to find by like nature. They don't want to be found. So yeah, they're very much like ghosts because they don't have typical footprints. They don't leave the kind of trails that a U.S. citizen would leave behind.
I think one of the biggest concerns, aside from the fact that Washington is a sanctuary state, is you have one of the most ferocious, base of far-left activists. They're constantly mobilizing, they're constantly recruiting, and their job is to get in the way and disrupt ICE agents or to tip these illegals off before they can be apprehended. So imagine having to work in that type of environment.
The lack of cooperation is I don't even know if you'd say it's at a peak, because it seems like there's no indication from like Washington or Oregon that they're going to cooperate more.
Give or take around 2014, they stopped honoring detainers here and started not honoring our detainers. King County first, and then it kind of expanded after. Then it became a state, sanctuary state, along with Oregon. We used to have some jails, we used to have a presence in the jail. We would put our detainers down, release them to us, limited resources needed to pick up those bodies. Now you saw the resources it takes to go after one. It's difficult, it takes time, extra resources. It has the opposite effect of what a sanctuary state really is trying to do. They're trying to block us out of their community. Now we're actually having to go into the community more to do these targeted enforcements, targeted arrests on these criminal aliens. It's unfortunate, but we're not going to stop working and doing our job to protect our community.
18E is correct.
We are pursuing a suspect right now, I believe. We may have found one of the two guys.
Driver sort of looked like him, but if his brother looks similar, then I don't know.
Maybe it's the brother.
This is intense. You know, looks like we may have found one of the suspects, and the agents are about to move in, and they just want to verify. They're communicating. They're going back and forth. So we'll see where this leads.
I think we're about to see an ICE arrest right now.
Did it look like that guy had a goatee?
Hard to say, they look like facial hair when he drove by.
It's a bad day to have a goatee. Whew. This is tense. It's potentially a very risky interaction for the officers.
You think you want to take him?
Things could escalate at any moment.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, the arrest is happening as we speak. The question is this in fact the guy, or will it be his lucky day? Typical traffic stop, no arrest. This guy right now is probably have a lot going through his mind.
Yeah, so it looks like he did pull over. So we're just going to sort of have to wait and see how this all plays out, but we're just going to wait and follow the lead of the officers right now.
Okay, they're confirming the ID of the suspect. Maybe it is the guy, and if so, what happens next?
If it is, then, well, they'll be arrested.
More agents are pulling up to the van here. Oh, it's escalating. He's yelling at the guy here, knocking on the van. Looks like things could get a little shiesty here. He's telling him to open the window, open the door. He's not opening the vehicle. It looks like this is not what we want to see. This could potentially pose a risky situation for someone. Okay. They broke the glass. All right, they broke the glass. They're in. Suspect is in arrest. He did not open the window, it appears. ICE arrest has gone down.
I'm this guy. I work good every time. I know bad guy. I know bad guy.
All right, the window appears to have been broken here. He would not open up. Agents are taking him into custody.
Are you innocent?
I'm here for a long time. But I'm good. I'm working good. I don't know what is the problem.
Why are you being taken right now?
I don't know.
Do you have an attorney?
No, I don't have. I need to call my wife, please.
Did you illegally enter the country?
What country are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
You're from Mexico.
Did you come here legally?
When did you come to this country, sir?
I know it's not person.
What is your name, sir? Miguel Gonzalez.
Glass beneath my feet right now. Window completely broken.
Frankly, I think actually what happened today was a best case scenario. Nobody got hurt. They got the suspect, and now we're moving on.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I get your side of the story. Are you in this country legally?
No, I'm right here. You work for that guy? Or you work
No, we're not with ICE. I'm an independent journalist. I'm with Turning Point USA's Frontlines team. I'm just trying to understand your story, where you've been living, and what's happening right now.
I'm here for 26 years. I work good, man. I help bunch of white people, bro. I help church. I help bunch of persons. Now, nobody help me, man.
Do you only have a wife? Do you have children?
I have children.
How old are they?
Yeah, I don't know. 23, 26, 14.
What do you do for a living?
I live in Monroe.
You live in Monroe, but what do you do for work?
I work everywhere.
Are you a carpenter, or what do you do?
I'm general contractor.
General
Today,
contractor.
I lose money. Now?
ICE says you're here illegally. Is that true? That you don't have the right papers to stay here? That's true.
Yeah.
But you're saying right now you're not a bad guy.
No, I'm not a bad guy.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, thank you.
He's being transported to our intake, where he'll be in process, and then from there will be sent to the NWIPC, and then whatever happens with his case will be what it is. He has at least 2 arrests by local law enforcement.
So there's a lot of people out there doing the job to serve their country in different capacities that is dangerous. So we're no different.
Special shout out to Jonathan Cho for giving me access to this ride along. Please go follow him everywhere at Cho Show.
Shout out John Cho, man. That was tough. W video, Tyler Olivero. That was nice, bro. I can't even front. W video, my guy. Pretty hilarious too. But hey,